Good morning to all fellow Australians. Good morning to all well-meaning APCians. I send greetings to brothers and sisters in both home and the diaspora. I also send greetings and prayers to brothers and sisters that wait currently in a detention. May God Almighty guide and protect them for we. I also send greetings and prayers to brothers and sisters that wait in exile. May God Almighty protect them for we. May God Almighty see them through in whatever the pains the way they go through. Or just one for tell and say, by God Almighty power, let them worry. By God Almighty power, make them worry. Everything will be well successful for them very soon, pretty soon, through God Almighty in your blessing. I can sit down and I feel whenever somebody day out from your home, when yesterday na in the be all and end all in all rest of the day today, a day out from a family. May God Almighty guide and protect you outside it. But always I say, una no worry, God will see una through very soon. And they also send greetings and prayers to brothers and sisters that we currently in a sick bed. May God Almighty guide and protect them. Easy, especially to brothers and sisters and we currently they go through the pain, the cold way that they go through now the diaspora of brothers and sisters and may God Almighty guide and protect you now. May God Almighty see you now too. God Almighty now in get everything. May He guide and protect you now. We get problem for documentation. This, that, or whatever. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send everything to you. May take care of people out there. And they also send greetings and prayers to the one them, oh God Almighty, bless you. People we don't die. We side them, they don't see them. May God Almighty, sorry for them. May God Almighty give them the heaven. And again, let us not forget for say this particular way we can always talk about when alamount they die, wallahi billahi, they meet much and unexpected, it's a way you not expect them. And let we remember where you did inside that particular grave, the way you want the goal, where everybody they left you. That day where you did inside that dirty, when they go wake you, return the life back to you, tell you say today. They inside the grave, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. Where then they go boss, they die to you. That one green sound, that Allah, where you get for Allah, Allahu Akbar. May God Almighty, sorry for people that wait on the outside and they don't see them. May God Almighty, sorry for them. May God Almighty give them the heaven. Whatever mistakes, we be them, they don't do to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah guide and protect them. So who they force na the dunya, where they na the world. Let God Almighty guide and protect you from the worldly affairs, the worldly trouble, the worldly problems, especially to brothers and sisters. And again, where they na the diaspora, my people. And again, I make we can always inform una concerning but waiting for say una let we put good things in before we ahead of we because you never know whether today, tomorrow, or whatever. Wallahi billahi, one day you must go down there na the grave. So I also pray for the one day way they in traveling. Brothers and sisters, the way they travel from both sea, land, and air, may God Almighty guide and protect you now. Will let we do for God. Majid Borande in construction. And again, for the matters then Wala they ask una kindly, ladies and gentlemen, una let we do what we supposed to do. And again, la are inform una through God Almighty blessing for tell una say this dunya will not ever be so forever. Una let we do self good. Let we stand by ourselves. Let we support ourselves. Wallahi billahi, that thing where people they feel for say, where Sabura Kamara they come, like how God Almighty they bring us so Salomon they can't dip and revenge. Na pull out on our mind. Anybody will get that intention, they wallahi billahi, if you catch a particular person, you know what they call at all. Because what's it they go they call for revenge for? What's in a do land for good they be a land for left in case to God. Where God Almighty makes Samura Kamara, God very firm, and we say for you then and today when I look what God Almighty do for in the country, go able we are so we are with the big one. That's way they call triangulation. I know we left and head. One thing we are know about triangle is any more time we get triangulation. I watch inside God Almighty the land. When I watch inside God Almighty land, the one that we call themselves today, pauper. We say them not left today. Wallahi billahi, just as I can tell now, when they look at the area of the electoral justice say now big thing. It's not big to God Almighty side. God Almighty don't solve them. Now waiting end pattern them what and a big part of electoral justice because anyway, I'll let me say alhamdulillah. Yeah. So many people and by God Almighty in power. And my first topic today, by God Almighty in power, before I come and deliberate my first topic to now. But before that, what thing I go and call for now first. Let us sing this particular. Never mind, my voice not fine. But all what you tell us, see, one loko maskane ngai ayatante yo. One loko maskane ngai ayatante yo. Samura kamara for ye minta tate yo. Samura kamara for ye minta tate yo. One loko masmanga o ayatante yo. Allahu Akbar. May God Almighty guide and protect me. Me people, alhamdulillah. All what I tell now, my first topic today, my people, now concerning but waiting, my vision As repeat, concerning but waiting the vision as a chairperson for the national chairperson for the APC by God Almighty power on the next coming National Delegate Conference. This is my first topic today where I will talk about with people. And again, the first other topic where I will talk to now when I'm the second topic. Now concerning about the nonsense thing them, where them what and now so they still put up themselves for plan for themselves because anytime we don't tell them what and now, just like where I stand this particular thing for say, or when you look come scanning, I come and say that you don't see what they tell them, say let them stop, but they not really stop. Anytime when you come to months and man, they tie bad for them. God Almighty, they lose that bad, they make it the rich, the general populace. Una no say God not dey in support of una. Una left this man. Now the people, and the second thing we are going to talk to now, this girl for do with waiting overthrown. But why Richard will deliberate, una understand exactly what's in them months and now, so they can mess themselves up. You know, then again, the other topic we I get for talk to now today. This girl for good Samu Chiefdom, Wallahi be like what go talk to now concerning but the paramount chief the winner paramount PC Shebul Ayek, you know, concerning about the advantage where it is seized for people in Makuma section, you know, Samu Chiefdom to be precise, can their districts. You know, and again, the last thing we I will get for talk about now concerning SLC through God Almighty power. SLC now a school where they now how like what it's Makini. This particular school, something happened yesterday where for extending sympathy to all the one that we go through so many turbulent things and day yesterday. May God Almighty guide and protect them. Then I will say something very brief on this particular SLC. You know, so many people, and without much ado, I just want for like start the first topic today where you get for goals waiting concerning me aspiration, ladies and gentlemen. You know, for far too long, I been tell when I say the thing for me on aspiration. You know, no matter how it takes, I will just come to again, I flash now, accommodate, but what I be concentrate on the big fight on the fight of the electoral justice. And some of we not get this particular thing say, are not able to run after two animals that will take two stone for stone, two bad them together. No, now one after the other. This one way will be referred to under the electoral justice, but the restoration of democracy. You know, now this particular beloved country, Mama Salon, it don't happen done through God Almighty, Ion blessing. God Almighty don't do it for we don't. We know now who say we did by God Almighty for us. And I talk to now, even not to be against their problem to this whole thing as I talk to now. Everything will they put unto God, but we know inside this whole thing hang now as I talk to now. Where as any time from now, when I go receive a word where it be for sexuality, as I say that bomb for happiness, they scatter for we. So in as much as I done that side, I tell you naturally say, I go come and tell you categorically that is why this year for being non-stop now. You know, the issue of the chairmanship, ladies and gentlemen, why make us you don't I read along the line with people and for say, I need for come and make sure say take up the mantle of leadership now the APC, not to with me on power, but with God Almighty power, with una support the people and both home and the diaspora. Because for all you know, some other people they come up with this thing say, hey, Alaji Young. No. Come on from that particular side. You know, the old age of Methuselah has nothing to do with waiting the wisdom. You know, from waiting and waiting, God put perhaps some of we with the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with good people and out there and prayers. Wallahi billah, don't do a whole lot and call for it and govern a party like this. But when I look, I've never been somebody who don't profit at the APC, but in as much as God Almighty bring me for faith of the country, today we don't succeed in this particular frame. What we don't faith for. Today we don't go through the fight, and at the end of the 11th hour, now time now in left no more number one for tell now see this particular time now very short time in people. And but it just sound like we they end something some side, and then go pull them and say now in this now in left no more now where you smart now say you see the way end before you so. Believe in me, for sake of hand over this particular power, yeah. So if we don't come out from that particular side as I talk to now, we may know now see this particular effect, it don't overthrow God Almighty blessing. So I will now get a full confidence for come and talk about me on aspiration. We're waiting for aspire for the next vote and call of the national chairman for the APC party. I know I'm for Leon and look for the age, this, that, or whatever. And some other people they come in and say, hey, they call me privately, say, hey, super. Say, let not be say, oh, you don't depend this. Tomorrow, no sooner than they call you, then talk to you, you go step down. I want to tell you categorically clear, through God Almighty power, say, I will be very stubborn past even Sabura Kamara Sefla to this particular one to now. Me go be very stubborn pass even HE, His Excellency, the President-elect in June 24, 2023. Me go be very stubborn pass him. You know, the reason being, voting and voting them what admire, they go and plan for themselves. You know, I can always tell when I say the enemy, when you catch your fetch you, it affects you take to the last day of your break. You know, they even left for fetch you, they go back 10 at the grave, then they go bury you. So we know waiting and they can tie underneath. You know, at the end of the 11th hour, if you wish left self-sidon after God in bless you, oh God Almighty, don't use, don't fetch this particular affair through God Almighty blessing. We watch that thing and they go the way they're not supposed to go. We not come in for any position. Somebody come tomorrow, it can't cause problem. Like we they will still get this thing and then sleep so for say, they not go ever sit down, they not the rest until they see that Samura misperform totally until Samura not able to perform to expectation the way how your alliance and they die for them. So in this fold, we no go sit down or me no go smart. Me no they come and can't sell me own birthright. I mean birthright in a sense, whenever you come up for short position, you allow them go talk to you. I let them not give pen itself, but you know whose kind of implication you don't set for yourself, not to yourself no more, but even in your own country. You know whose implication you don't set for the country, or you know whose implication you don't set against your family, and you begin a generation yet unborn. You know, so these are the ramifications where they behind something where you don't come up for, you don't snap. We God Almighty say, come on, thanks man for this particular one. Then at the end of the 11th hour, I see the people I want to tell you categorically and emphatically clear, say through God Almighty blessing, not to me own blessing, but this Allah, we put that word in the mouth for last talk for the national chairmanship position for the APC by God Almighty power, the buy in for them. And as we tell now, not to money, but God Almighty blessing. When the time they can, you know what God Almighty can do? They make sure say He bring in people of like minds, people who they think progress, people who they think development and society. They all they come together there at the end of the day, things them happen. And I want to tell you, I say through God Almighty in own blessing, are they on top of situation? This we refer to them for a reason, especially what they see in social media. If you will not stand now and fight for what thing we supposed to fight for, beside we left thing and free, so at the end of the day, the enemies and they come back and as they talk to now, they don't sit down, they don't ready, they don't put themselves together for let them do certain things. Then they are coming with some other phases in the way that they look and say, and they can't fight for this, and they can't fight for that. But come on, then get underneath something where they flame them. But we are not worried about that. You know, thinking of the diaspora, this, that, whatever. Me not the worry about the diaspora. I just know no more say, the mama, me, uncle, me, everything what you think about. Today, we dey fight for this particular country, like how we don't fight for us, so we don't succeed. You know, I know say there are people out there where they think development. And in as much as they think development, they know the kind of steps the world don't take for fight for development. We are home and dry. You know, they can't sell me. How will I call it? Me integrity. Me chairmanship won at $40,000 just like without the board, but I can't people some. No, I can't do that. I can't do that, ladies and gentlemen. You know, as I talk to now, then guys they don't categorically no say or no account, they know they come again and can't map now the APC for anything, people counting as them again. So in as much as that they be, they're now not ready for coming under somebody, where they sponsor for can take the position of a chairmanship or whatever. You know, just because of as far as they're waiting they don't talk now and they don't reach you, say they can hijack this particular party. You know, if you are mortal man, sorry. Una see how much am sorry for the fact that then people here sit down then cause problem by themselves. Then people here sit down then can't join BO for destroy this particular country. If you see BO get any spirit or let it make recalcitrant, put stubbornness for let this country not go progress. Let's alone just they continue for it to progress. Now then mortal minds will be this particular cause. Oba Katabot, Oba Kamakomos, Deputy Satan, you know, then guys they are so. Then nobody can Kukusamba. These are the guys who stand very firm say this country not for progress at all. So if it's today young guys like we, God Almighty, don't use into this particular thing, we don't fight, we don't succeed for this particular fight like how we don't succeed. So now where they say I they come up for this particular position, waiting and they go and talk concerning me now that, but I give a damn, I know they watch nobody in face. All what they talk to now the people them, the position of national chairman, me, Alhaji Voice of Northwest, by God Almighty in power, I they come up for them. And I they call on all diasporas, I they call on all the 16 administrative districts in this particular country for say, una young pikin, una brother, una daddy, una everything, una all in all, they come up for this particular position. So I need all man for come on board inside this particular fight. You know, all what we they look for now na development, grassroots of this particular nation. If you see today, when I come in grassroots, they come out for camp snap or something like this. Wallahi, I know they come and stand for myself. If you say they can't stand for me on ulterior motive, may God Almighty make cannot succeed. But in as much as I stand for let the grassroots will now say Alhamdulillah. But we don't say when I let we look now the time when they found the APC to this as I talk to now. law will look the way how they don't suppress and depress the grassroots them. Way up to this particular time, that vote will be vote. People then they will supposed to defend that particular vote. Then at the end of the day, then sell them with cocaine money, then buy another arm with cocaine money, opium money, drugs money. Wait till then we continue. I know then the lamplight soon at the one old wall. We any sign out between any radio station or either television, what they call now salon business in the talk about concerning voting, the turbulent areas, the way them people they also don't put through. So if he at least at this particular juncture, they come out for this particular position, and they call on una all see through God Almighty own blessing and need una all support, just like how we come together and give we own support to His Excellency Dr. Matrice Sabura Kamara. So let people not worry for say, let the time not reduce now. After what we don't throw we support to you, they call in a corner, they talk to you. If you mean go in a corner for negotiate with anybody for let this particular thing on una own behalf, hey God Almighty, not ever make us succeed by any do at the point in time. I will never do that. I no will ever betray the trust of una me people. But una look what you fet so. Una look what you fet so me people them. We God Almighty see we through. Hey, the challenges and the trials them will go through. Allah he will them, but who me people them. But at the end of the day, guess what? Today we still say we tell God Almighty thank you. Hey, if you not to know more now for certain thing, then if we take a break now, we not to any this some of we for come again and talk to una. That's an tell una for sure. So do ya a big una. With God Almighty own blessing and with una own support, this particular one for clincher. Now we own this. We dey set this particular record. Why make we set this particular example? Let it not ever repeat itself again. One for little picking and grand picking and generation, even yet to born. When they can read the history books, they mean this particular thing. Nobody not will repeat what happened against on Australian. So do you have the big one for sake of God. And again, this thing where people and they go and pass with concerning but waiting for say for retaliate. For they call them, you don't do me so. Me say, oh, Samura Kamara, they can't take in power. We are the big one for them. We stop them, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop that with 4 tweets. We are the big one ahead. You know, go on development, you go put threats inside you. No way, you know, we succeed. How we want for let Samura Kamara progress? Ibo, let's say, for instance, the first month where this man, they can't take this particular power, like how God Almighty, they can't, and so you start threats inside it. When at that first month, God, they say, now this for put in place. When at the Kalukalu business, then Samura, they talk, now not the listener. There was no more par revenge. Samura going for put something at the ground, no man to see visibly. So we are the big one for sake of God. At the action, I kind of say we are where we stand for what thing we supposed to stand for. This particular country they go before. You know, so many people, and this they take me to my next topic. Where it before say where them what admire, so don't put themselves together. The people, hey, la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. You know where you get your enemy under your foot. Like God Almighty, now in the help you no more, like how God Almighty help we so we the grassroots of this nation, like how God Almighty helps Samura Kamara so we the grassroots of this particular nation, the people. You know, there is secret to them called this thing don't begin they come from starting this January, where the information has to be done they come. But where them they come, me personally, I'm not telling a lie. I think about 3 or 4 calls them concerning this was say. You will believe say when I own APC people and don't join hands with the likes of the Hydra and some other people, you know, even Bio and Eskuruma now, Mikael Masayosma for the Ansanesi, immediately they hand over this particular power to this guy, let them overthrow him. And I will believe that particular one day say this now in they go on now. And one of the things we categorically tell now, hey, the people them. We tell God Almighty, thank you. Now, Lord, be for sake of God. God now in gets everything. All what they tell to now the power already. But there is something where they need for fix up. And if they not fix up that, they then give this power to they take this power to me, then get into Samura Kamara, we end up and cry. So before we end up and cry, let's say for instance, they can't get today like what we talk to now. So when at the 29th of January 2025, by tomorrow, when at the 30th of January, well, I begin laugh today, tomorrow will cry. I think say no go good. If better Lord begin for laugh now or jubilate, say go, the people. So now this them what admire so don't put themselves back. You know, in as much as them, especially Ahmed by Kuruma, you know, one Samura against for exist at all. You know, one Samura Kamara for exist again. Where is here? They tell them, remind them, but party office mile 38, Pujon, no, this, that, or whatever. Let them see, don't let them think, say, that seed, where God Almighty don't plant. That tree, where God Almighty don't plant, no way for destroy them. Una come up behind this man. So many people, and one of the key things they will all now, just stand like where I talk to this one for say, they hang something, sometimes. Look who side they hang them. The only thing we left concerning about this particular man, with everything and one over, not to be all talk to now, not to be all the people. Let nobody not take advantage or let it come again and for say, now be all, now this. No, be all not give put any kind of stubbornness for this whole thing. The good thing, they don't sign to everything is supposed to sign to. But let them not carry this man and so at the end of the day, he not get through God Almighty blessing. When they pass, just they pass with that empty what they call. The West, through God Almighty blessing, themselves don't try alone for make sure that for secure and protect this particular democracy. And they're not going to go take somebody from America for can guide Sambura Kamara. Then they will go take somebody from England for can guide Sambura Kamara. But all what they do, then they look within the sub-region. So as I talk to now, arrangement then they can go on through God Almighty in power. ASAP for let Sambura Kamara get a full load and call where at the end of the 11th hour, everything will be okay for me. Yeah, today then come, then cow then call that particular thing. Tomorrow, this particular power, everything will come. That's how they tell now. Now, no worry. Me not so that they are already again for again at all the people. All what they are already for now, I tell talk to now. So concerning body revenge. Because the way how them I also want for do am now, it's not good for we at all. Now we still get people away stubborn, where they look at and say, no matter how it takes, fast and do something small. Now, the people and the other way they can go on at the country, way good for me, but then they say, I know go talk am because it is in secret. It just left this so. So all that they good for we, waiting they can go on. So it they can go on because of waiting. The kind of thing the way they want to now so put themselves into in the way that you can put destruction, wallahi be like through by waiting. Then they come under one way there for say they go revenge. And when you see what they call that, I see them begin put 2-3 dead body, then don't have the problem now in the cancel. Now the problem now in the council. So because of all lengthy so something they can take place. Where before say, I'm happy for that, say I'm happy for that, and it can take place. That's not just the obvious fact. That's how they tell now. Yeah. Allahu Akbar. God Almighty, I tell you, plenty thinking. La no go for the other side, just where I know them call people and say, hey, alhamdulillah, we don't know today everything. But always they tell now, everything you need for we, everything fine for we. Yeah? Sambura Kamara, as they say, in safety, now more important to me and you to presently pass any other thing. Una self know. Una know the term way they take insecurity in hand. How people money, people they call from the diaspora, some people, and especially Mama them, who call you pass the cry. So all let's talk them. So you cannot just come like that and give power to Sambura Kamara. Why Sambura Kamara not get anything after God Almighty blessing where the first announcer? We all know say yes, now God Almighty now he gets everything. But again, God Almighty gets certain instances and way they look to again. Where you see create we also, it creates some non-living thing and then we get the living things and this, that, or whatever. We all now medicine them, so we serve the people. So we are at the beg una for sake of God. Una let with your patience, not to be again. That's at the tell una for sure. Not to be again. Hey, this thing for electoral justice, the restoration of democracy, it don't dawn the people. That's at the tell una for sure. It don't dawn. It don't dawn. We don't win and dawn. That's at the tell una for sure. But all what's left for let them put certain things in place for the newly coming president, who are no less a person, His Excellency Dr. Martin Sambura Kamara. They are the big unami people. Una let we patient for sake of God. Then they own them. We they own them. You said they own them. All what we they do, una let we just pray to God Almighty. That go away and let God Almighty pull and start fully become alien. Yeah? But all what they tell una, the power they now and now answer they talk to una. Because when power then has Sambura Kamara and the power then we all and yeah, that's how they tell now. When we, well, I mean Sierra. Let me not forget the man in added to my Sierra responsibility. So he's there for any other Sierra and not just there for people of Kamalo or people of carrying the district or whatever, but he's there for all Sierra. So we are at the big una for sake of God. Today it just too hard friendly. People in our society where they expect it, now they for stand very tall. Where it come for factor, voting if for factor, now they change so. And I want to tell you, say most of the stubbornness where they show now from people of the APC. And Eskuruma number one, when our Obaikano Komos, Usman Fode and Sani Obaikan Kokosamba. This way to me, now the most deceitful mortal man, the most webbed mortal man, the most unlucky mortal man, able you struggle yesterday. Somebody after God Almighty blessing will go help you, do everything for you. Now they stand for let you faith time. You make sure say it not be what they be forget for say there is God. And that particular God, the way we all say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasul, what we to do that particular kalima, Allahu Akbar, go ever able for challenge him. Where God Almighty say na this, where God Almighty say na no. Wallahi, ends God Almighty we don't map yesterday, and we don't mold this mind out yesterday for say they be president. That's how they tell now for sure. So do ya all the waiting left for Putin. This now they say Sambura Kamara and recent video them.
where the man the fresh. It is fresh because of what God don't point that light for now. And when God point the light, you don't open the window. As you don't open the window, now you open the remote back small. Let the breeze go the banger no more small small. So when the breeze go the banger so small small, let you now say yes, this particular thing is coming. Una remember now, una will mama them. Where God Almighty can make una deliver safely. What's in the happen? If una can say that breeze they will meet you, they ever meet you until the day back where God they make you deliver. And also, may God Almighty make the one the way they are pregnancy, where they are about to deliver, let God make them deliver safely. So at the count all lengthy as so now, may una understand, may una know exactly what's up with it now. Yeah, this particular thing don't know. But all what I tell now, this person where they talk to now no less a person, but the next coming national chairman of the APC, winner, Voice of Northwest, Brother Alhaji, and even all support through God Almighty power. So as I talk to now, ladies and gentlemen, they want for use una way one coming on the path of voting with a revenge. But all landing, we see the thing come out and also God Almighty will expose them. Now, then they can do something when I secret thing. But this secret thing when they can take place with people, not so bad thing at all. It's good for we all. And you find the cow, it happens. So, because thank God, if they part and parcel of the agreement, where them we don't put a paper, where they for say, and for being supposed to be, because anything that we happen, we them call that particular, how will I call it, paper day, or we them go over that power day, where repent self-scratch from side. Now I make this secret thing they can take place. I mean, you they follow, you they think deeply, where they hand over the pie, not where repent scratch from side. Now what's in I mean. So in the can go on now through God Almighty blessing. Yeah, because of the threats, the other bad arrangement them, where they there for this particular one great man. Yes, I'm Brother Kamara, Oba Ikan Riba, Oba Ikan Barike, Oba Ikan Koturone, Oba Ikan Matofol, Allahu Akbar. May God Almighty guide and protect them for me. But again, I get this advice for salon soldiers, brothers and sisters, especially when I'm waiting at the Akeda. Ma tell you something where you don't know. This bobo where they go commit the atrocities, where go kidnap and never prison, so they call Angel. Angel later on behind the embassy right now for let you get a visa here and wouldn't go for pull out in this particular country. So una we then at the lower Akeda, when I went down and he say, sure, una go there. And I for call on una families. Families of una way get them soldier man the way down in the lower Akeda, because they're not going to send any high rank to somebody for go do battle. Now to themselves, they will not be junior one, they will not think development, and they will not think progress. What thing we will do for una from where it can power? Today, empower una at the end of the day, some of una chair reading from una the pursuit, bend shoe, bend boots, and they una the pursuit. Una need for think of all of this. Do you una get sense? You will not get sense if you did upline, fen black soap. Let go na any water, whether water they don't know. Rubber na you wouldn't call fen brush, let it scrub that egg, let the full commodity, una de soldier then una de passo. Because all the stupidity where they plan, now una the junior one and they want send for do some of them nonsense thing. But when you tell una say no, if you na mistake, wallahi billah is right, don't go on to waiting another tsunami or they call or whatever. Yeah? We just want to tell una say the man where they come in, una all they can say alhamdulillah, una they can enjoy waiting and they call power. Because that uniform una wear so easy. Some side they wanna they go guard for let them give una food safe. Una even una arrest them now. Now una boss them pull up so less talk again. So angel when na then na state law don't thief here do all kinds of things. Today na any pan run behind the embassy so for let them disarm because of the atrocities the way it don't cause. Now una silo una don't know nothing. Now una the one for carries but as I say, thankfully that secret thing where they can go on, where at the end of the day, where this power they come they will say is supposed to the pen self not the scratch or stick self not the broken side for you. So I want for you now this particular advisor, una the junior soldiers, una the junior officers, and now una know exactly waiting and waiting una they do. Yeah, almost of una salary where they increase where the whole kind of power. So they are big. Enough is enough of this particular nonsense. So in another development, the people, a man for talk to now something we concern how will I call it? Something we concern oh God, the people we get for those people in a Samu children. Something they can go on at that particular side with PC Sheburayek, where if say this particular PC Sheburayek, it is disadvantage of people in Asamo, especially the people of Makuma section. Sheburayek, since we get you power, you get you paramount chieftaincy, this, that, whatever, ever mass the only people. Of recent, some people and they find something as see. This particular thing where they find as see, what say he do, he go seize advantage and take that particular thing, they go sell them. Now the people that we find the property safe, when are them for enjoy that particular thing, they not enjoy them. This man make sure to cut I go sell and make people them. Let una see the way how certain people and deceitful in our society. Then you leadership and that today for let go over the people and well, not do them, but you rather decide for them and certain thing and bad. If you then people and they not take action against you, because they not able to affect you. You say now you get the chief of police and today we know how Sierra Leone police and they misbehave. When you see them say something, sure now go them go so and then when you see them run, go there, they know waiting and waiting, they go execute it. Then they get the tear gas them. I let them see people and they go through pain and they go tear gas me. Like how they go picking them yesterday. Now inside Bombali this week, McKinney to one school that they call SLC. The way how police and misbehave and people and they always people and they go through pain. But again, so do ya UPC Chevrolet, there are people in Amakuma, get nothing what you deliver to them, or ever even mass themselves for let you go on a sit-up meeting, they seize the advantage from people and what the people they want now they on section, you say what you want, power pack. Hey, God don't destroy una don't. God don't have like you una done. Anytime you mortal man, God take you, put you pantap, you come to mortal man. You know for when make yourself superb. Make sure say you go down at the knees. Allah be like, but hey, look the way how now they date today. Now they terrorize on our people and they have various children. They also say now knows it all, now gets everything. But me one for advice you see, people of Makuma can be a district. Some children to be precise, Makuma section, they deserve better. Yeah, if you don't go find the whole property and see that particular property, the whole like guys see the advantage for them. I'll let you be careful of that. One day, one night, you go get down there at the 6 feet grave. And that 6 feet grave day, guess what? When you don't see the advantage for your company, you don't come and beg and Nayanda God Almighty go begin for show you the example, say what you do yesterday, good. And again, the people I just want to talk to the people of Bombali district and McKinney to be precise, especially that school way that they call SLC. I just want to express sincere, how will I call it, sorriness to them people and they something way happened yesterday. Let God Almighty sorry for the picking them way go through them pains and they the agony or whatever. Go beneath always them picking and they go through agony yesterday. Where Salon police go there back, then go begin the fire tear gas and they it's just too sorry. But again, from all waiting together, that the whole thing there is something traditional where them for do na that particular side, the way the parents and the administration they need for come together. We are the big one because waiting don't begin for happen at then silently. Thanks to the one them way do a video, especially to one me good person again from them, and they want me mama, me granny, me auntie, everything way before send videos and where I see certain videos and again a forum where ambulances and be run from mobile picking them. Because from all other indicators waiting come out, they say how cotton tree begin at that side, they not be the whole thing for the stories and boku. But all the time they tell the administration and the parents them, do you want need for come together, let them address what thing they're supposed to address. Because that kind of thing and they fearful. It really fearful. So we are at the call on una for sake of God Almighty for let una go do the needful so that them pain and the way them picking and they go through yesterday. Salon police as I talk to now, the way you see them go there, I don't know why my months are now soaking this so. Then you wait for let them go and call situation where something is back up. I think now for fire then tear gas them no more. Make sure see them punish people and back. People and they can punish they go fire tear gas inside like those kind big food business this. So they are big. I just want to talk to una kindly. Both the parents, una we get una picking another SLC school, and una the parent, una the head of the administration on that particular side. Una really need for come together and sit down for let una do something because as I understand, this girl for do something, we get for do the tradition. Please, for sake of God and for sake of the safety of the brothers and sisters, and we picking them. Do ya the big una. So do ya let una not forget Salon Army, Salon Soldier. Now una the why used to do something stupid. As I say, all them people are now way they talk to us. So the left side and you whilst behold they talk say in they go, but he left to no more now. That particular utterance is say, I want to let you know who side you did now. Now when I see also as an illegitimate government, where at the end of the 11th hour, somebody will then point out to be a fugitive. Now you keep them and take now pictures and they can come on people. Now there is even a pictorial evidence below where you brought in a farm, one at the harvest that particular rest day. All this stuff they did. Then the one they went on nonchalant and sycophants and people who don't like this particular country, they go to the right a fake press release for a lucky business. With all the evidences and they una know the shame. La ilaha illallah. Muhammad Rasulullah. The cocaine in the administration, including all other sectors where they do. But why would not they continue for stress this particular country? Because na stress una dey stress the country. Do ya His Excellency Dr. Martin Sambura Kamara, Daddy, I dey call on you kindly, when God Almighty may this thing you receive am. Do ya this particular country? We really need for involve whosoever you therefore involved. Let them wash this particular doctrine in this country. Hey, the cocaine, the kush, the opium, ibokuna salon right now. Wallahi bila ibokuna salon. Voting salon police and supposed to go out there for go there in charge for. They not go do and move them fasting people and then checkpoint them. They harass people and say or no account for ID card. Look that about Commander Bunge for let make sure say in own company and rest way forgive them. Almost 1 year now we get the gold mine they will lock the rest of the day. Look that Bobo we call himself chairman ADT. Now the peninsula now number 2 year now Bobo when I resign, they go and sell people the land and but so dear my brothers and sisters now the diaspora. Now we are more like the end. I want you now this particular advice. You now be careful and take una time. Wait person say get land. May pull for you the master plan. Get your lawyer, get your surveyor. Wait them to check every other thing before you begin for do payments. The bad deal the way they go and the bad old head. Well, when them call you now, so they say they want for see documents. So if you mistake, you pull documents you give, then watch that particular document. Apparently, then when they watch and so you know, then they snap them. Now that same document and they give the post where they cancel. So now then go then doctor and good. Then at the end of the day, hey, what they go? Sorry, fearful. We are the big one. Now that particular peninsula NB. ADT chairman, ADT, left the bad between paper and your family are the call and say may they advise you. Because there is nothing we be able to do to people the way people say it is disadvantage is scot-free, not possible at all. If you feel say it is disadvantage, this world is scot-free, next world, hey, that ground way not to you get some way they say the thief half. You know now who's born way don't talk tomorrow to God Almighty on side. So at the call on all where they buy land them, and then guys they also the hand. Chairman ABT, I resign here in Cabal. We are the big one stop for buying at the hand. Now that peninsula where one buy any place we are be careful. Make sure say you ask thoroughly, go in charge of so many things, ask but who cautions them. Let them not go sell you something way tomorrow where you don't go prepare for let you can build. Now so trouble. Especially when our brothers and sisters are waiting at the diaspora. One time I give one advice for say they will not caretaker the house, we will need for be careful with them because there are times that they can betray the cause with people and they can betray the cause. So we are the big one for sake of God. You are training for let don't fail you money and for let can do better thing. Then at the end of the day, where you can now, you know, it's nothing again. Or you land where you left you empty yesterday, you cannot emit mighty building where they call you away, they left behind, or they ever get them again, pass next one. So man not afraid waiting day before. It just sound like waiting you then they do. So wait, they're not afraid at all waiting day before. All the waiting they can for let them destroy this particular country. But we thank God that we saw don't do now, wallahi billahi, alhamdulillah, rabbil alamin. People them as any time from now by God Almighty power, things and they happen for we and everything by God Almighty power, Sierra Leone will come into normality again. He has to be naturally, but when I left everything to roll like how everything did to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we don't work out for we. So through in blessing, through everything in people and everything is well okay for we now as I talk to now with regards to it in Sambura Kamara in presidency, nothing. God Almighty now they don't have this man for say it will be president. And as Kuruma we be ready for you yesterday. We do everything, we do what it takes. We make checkpoints them inside free zone for let no more less or more not if you. We do that. We see how they go and balance with boxes them. All land day at the end of the day, we get rid of everything. And that's why you know we think you reflect in memory. Instead, today, you didn't at the other side, hoping that you'll be able for destroy this particular continent live. None of our papa and not contribute to one dot see now this God Almighty grown. So today, if you want to don't say for destroy this country, God Almighty will hand over everything to honor. People are waiting at this country for destroy this country. They make this country get a bad reputation today at the international scene because of drugs. Then turn the country today to a drugs cartel. God Almighty, fetch away. Like I don't fetch away at the other side for let this country can't clean. So the cocaine the push do you have Dr. Sambura Kamara? This now one thing who they can't do to operation clean this country with them drugs they are so. And wallahi, I thank God there are some locations them we're not going to name them now, but all what we talk that the APC executive headed by Obai Board, the most reckless and hopeless chairman ever since in the history of politics in this country. Wallahi, they all hand and did Obai Kanokumos, Obai Kanko then including them, but they will not the shame, will not the thing development at all. Then say can be organizing secretary, say scaternizing and organizing secretary. You know, then guys they are also just too ruthless. Then guys they are just too hopeless with people. Them. So all waiting at the tell now by God Almighty power in my own leadership as a national chairman for the APC, by God Almighty power. All what you want, what you want to take grassroots. Now winning. When at the formation of a political party, the ideology of a political party for the forman, when he contests election democratically, and made a promise a new era. There is nothing one that sneeze for through God Almighty blessing. One are winning rich. Wallahi billahi, they always did there for fetch for them through God Almighty blessing. So all what I tell now, let me keep the patience, let me keep the courage, let me keep the faith. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let me pray and ask and finally see who side the end, let them pull the let them can give himself through God Almighty blessing. Yeah, what you Allah mean by in Sadan. ومن كالفين صدان فاكسيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم صدا ومن كالفين صدان فاكسيناهم لا يبصرون حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. Hey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now you the guide the servants, now you they do everything for we. Allah, without you we are nothing. Allah, without you we not go there in good existence. Allah, without you know the eat. Allah, now you they give food. Allah, now you they be close to her. Allah, now you they do everything. Now you they do shelter. Allah, give all them provision there. So let you always be the security of your lives and like how you don't cover with today, so with umbrella. All the one the way they fed today for put freedom. God Almighty, not ever make them see at all. In them bad thinking them, in them bad reason, always let we escape them. God Almighty and pin we side the pin. And believe you me, by God Almighty in past Leonians, both home and diaspora. This fight for democracy, we don't succeed. Now at the action I kindly say, me motive, the thinking why I get me aspiration for the national chairmanship of the APC will right be there on top of situation through God Almighty blessing and una your help. Una let we come together, grassroots of this particular nation. Without we, there will be no existence of only of them two political party. Una let we smash straight and let we get satisfied mind. Let we learn for respect to self. Ojalna mimba ini aidin sadan no min kalpin sadan paxe na form way of wala quwwata illa billahi razim. This is the sweet voice of Northwest. My free for sharing people.